Kim Soo Hyun is at the center of the biggest controversy of his career, but is that all there is to him? The truth is, the actor hides some surprising secrets, and today I'm going to prove to you that his story goes far beyond what you might think. When we think of Kim Soo Hyun, it's easy to picture only the glamour of being one of Korea's biggest and richest stars, but the reality is that his journey was much more complicated. Kim Soo Hyun was born in Seoul in 1988 and faced challenges from an early age. His parents separated when he was still a child, and it was his mother who took on the responsibility of raising him alone. His father, Kim Chung-hoon, wasn't just anyone. He was the lead vocalist of a famous 80s band called Seven Dolphins. But despite this connection to music, Soo Hyun had almost no contact with his father during childhood. His absence left its marks and brought difficulties, especially financial ones. Soo Hyun's mother had to work hard to support their home and provide for her son. It wasn't uncommon for him to go to school without money for lunch, struggling in ways that many people wouldn't even imagine. These tough times shaped Soo Hyun's character. He grew up shy and introverted, but with a determined mother who always encouraged him to overcome his insecurities. And it was precisely this support that led him to discover his passion for acting, a path that would change his life forever. Can you imagine discovering as an adult that you have a sister you never knew existed? Well, that's exactly what happened to Kim Soo Hyun. In 2015, he was shocked to learn that he had a half-sister on his father's side named Kim Joo-na, and that's not all. She's also in the entertainment industry, pursuing a career as a singer. What's interesting is that despite both being in the industry, they never had any contact during their childhood or teenage years. That's because Soo Hyun was raised solely by his mother after his parents' separation, as I mentioned earlier. So the existence of Kim Joo-na was a total surprise to him. When this story came to light, the public was curious about what their relationship would be like, but Soo Hyun chose to remain silent. He didn't comment much on the matter, which led to speculation about whether they ever built any kind of bond after this discovery. On the other hand, Kim Joo-na did speak about it in interviews, but always carefully, trying to avoid controversy. In the end, this is one of those stories that show how a celebrity's personal life can be much more complex than we imagine. For Soo Hyun, it was an unexpected chapter that, even though kept discreet, became a part of his public journey. Before becoming one of Korea's most sought-after actors, Kim Soo Hyun also faced his fair share of rejection. One of the most memorable moments was when he tried to join the cast of the iconic drama Boys Over Flowers in 2009. At the time, the drama was on the verge of becoming one of the biggest television phenomena in Korea, and Soo Hyun, like any young actor looking for opportunities, saw it as a huge chance. But to his surprise and frustration, the answer was a resounding no. Being rejected from such a major project isn't easy, especially for someone just starting out. But what's most interesting about this story is how it didn't make him give up. Instead, it pushed him to seek roles that would truly make a difference in his career, and it didn't take long for that to happen. Shortly after, he gained recognition in Will It Snow for Christmas, and soon after in Dream High, where he finally caught the public's attention. It's fascinating to think that if he had landed a role in Boys Over Flowers, his career path might have been completely different. But that rejection ended up leading him toward better opportunities, proving that sometimes today's no is just the push needed to achieve something even greater. And in Kim Soo Hyun's case, that's exactly what happened. Seeing Kim Soo Hyun so confident on screen, it's hard to imagine that he was once extremely shy and introverted. During his school years, he could barely talk to others and avoided any situation that put him in the spotlight. He was the kind of kid who preferred silence, sitting in the back of the classroom to escape social interactions. Worried about his excessive shyness, Soo Hyun's mother decided to take action. She believed that for him to open up more, he needed to face his fears head on. That's when she came up with the idea of enrolling him in acting classes. At first, it felt like torture to him. Getting on stage and exposing himself was everything he feared the most. But over time, theater became a kind of refuge. Through acting, Soo Hyun discovered that playing characters allowed him to express himself without fear, to live different lives, and to release emotions he kept bottled up. It didn't take long for his passion for acting to be born. What started as a simple exercise to overcome shyness turned into the greatest dream of his life. This phase of his life shows how his mother's support was crucial in shaping who Kim Soo Hyun is today. If she hadn't seen his potential and encouraged him to face his fears, the world might never have known the talent of one of Korea's greatest actors. Who would have thought that the shy boy who could barely express himself in school would, years later, become the highest paid actor in South Korea? That's right, Kim Soo Hyun not only overcame his introversion, but also achieved a level of success that few can reach. In 2020, he cemented his status as a true superstar by becoming one of the highest paid actors in the country, earning around 500 million won, approximately $400,000 per drama episode. This recognition didn't come out of nowhere. It was the result of years of dedication dedication, talent, and the right choices. After standing out in productions like Dream High and Moon Embracing the Sun, Soo Hyun reached international stardom with My Love from the Star, one of the biggest hits of the Hallyu wave. The impact was so massive that he became one of the most sought-after faces for commercials and advertising campaigns, securing million-dollar contracts. But the moment that truly confirmed his status as the richest actor was his return to TV with It's Okay to Not Be Okay. The success of the series and the staggering amount he earned per episode only reinforced how valuable his name is in the industry. And to think it all started with his mother's push to help him overcome his shyness. Today, Kim Soo Hyun is not just one of Korea's most recognizable faces, but also one of its most valuable. An incredible life transformation for someone who once struggled to even be seen in public. In a country like South Korea, where military service is mandatory, many actors see this period as a challenge to their careers. But Kim Soo Hyun approached this phase in a completely different way. Between 2017 and 2019, he stepped away from stardom and took his duties seriously, fulfilling his military service with excellence. Despite being one of the biggest celebrities in the country, Soo Hyun chose not to ask for any special treatment. On the contrary, he enlisted quietly and was assigned to the 1st Infantry Division, one of the most rigorous and demanding units. It didn't take long for him to stand out. With his characteristic dedication and discipline, the actor quickly earned the respect of both his peers and superiors, being recognized as one of the most exemplary soldiers in his unit. Not only did he fulfill all his duties with excellence, but he was also promoted quickly due to his outstanding performance. At a time when many try to keep a low profile, Soo Hyun made sure to give his best, showing his commitment and humility. He proved that being rich and famous didn't make him any better than anyone else serving alongside him. He also participated in various military activities and intensive training, always standing out for his serious and responsible attitude. When he was discharged in July 2019, he left the military with an even more respected image in the eyes of the public. A true example of how talent and character go hand in hand, proving that even away from the spotlight, Kim Soo Hyun knows how to dedicate himself and honor his commitments. But unfortunately, not everything is smooth sailing. In March 2025, Kim Soo Hyun found himself at the center of the biggest controversy of his career. It all started after the passing of actress Kim Se-ron. Shortly after, rumors began circulating, suggesting that the two had been in a relationship in the past, at a time when Kim Se-ron was still underage. The news hit like a bombshell and quickly spread, generating a massive wave of criticism and speculation. His silence only fueled the controversy further. The situation worsened when several brands, including fashion giant Prada, announced the termination of their partnerships with Soo Hyun. These companies stated that they wanted to distance themselves from the controversy to protect their public image amid the negative backlash. The issue has divided opinions. While some fans are defending the actor, pointing out the lack of concrete evidence, others have begun questioning his behavior and demanding a public explanation. This uncertainty has directly impacted the image that Soo Hyun has built over the years, a career marked by stability and very few scandals. For now, the actor has been avoiding the media, and many are wondering how this situation will affect his future projects. Did you already know all these facts about the actor? Let us know in the comments what surprised you the most. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss any more fascinating facts from the world of K-dramas.